Hello everyone, and welcome to day 2 of 40 days of loving on your brain and giving your soul a big hug in the process. Hopefully I won't keep saying, as I mentioned yesterday, as I mentioned in the first one, but as I mentioned, each day we're going to be focusing on a specific thing that will not only help us with the challenge, but something that we can take on board which works towards loving on ourselves and improving our lives and our sense of well-being. So today we are going to be talking about intention setting. Yesterday it was preparation, and we spoke a bit about preparing ourselves for the next 40 days. And today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of intention setting, but also I'm going to leave you with a task where you set your intentions for this challenge, for this time together, for your life, basically. Setting an intention is just like making a decision. It's basically making a decision, but with commitment and energy for action attached to it. When you set your intentions, then you get to identify what your goals are and how to make them happen, how to work your way towards them, what tasks are needed for you to hit those goals and do what you intended to do. Anything that you want to do, to have, to be, unless you want to be a car, but anything's possible. And I know that that can sound wild and no, it's not. It's definitely not true for anyone. Well, it can sound like it's not true for anybody who has been stuck in the same patterns going round and round, or just never really getting to the next level in life. But I promise you, the things that you do now, the decisions you make now, can change that and can change everything. The way your life is right now, and I know we have to take into consideration that things do pop up out of the blue, but your reality right now is all a result of the choices you've made. I know some things were out of your control, some things happened out of the blue, but the way that you see life, the way that you feel about life, and the things that are going on for you right now, they're all a combination of choices. We have to take responsibility for that. We also have to be compassionate towards ourselves when there are things out of our control and we're navigating that and trying to be as resilient as possible. But we have to take responsibility, and not for guilt reasons, not to now feel heavy. Leave the past where it is, behind you. But just know this, that everything in your life can change right now, depending on what you change right now. And you might not be able to change things like that, but you can set the intention and then go from there. It all starts with your intentions, living an intentional life. If you stop for a second and think about someone who inspires you, could be a celebrity, could be a friend, could be a family member, could be whoever. Think about the person who, or some people that inspire you. Maybe even write down what about them inspires you. You can pause this now if you are a person that wants to write this down, or if you're able to just ponder on it, then this isn't an actual set task. But I do want you to spend a little bit of time thinking about those who inspire you the most and what it is about them that inspire you. Now, the only reason you're able to identify all of those strengths and amazing things in that person that inspires you is because you have them. You wouldn't be able to see it if you didn't. You are seeing yourself in that person, in every good thing about them that inspires you. So you know what that means? That if you're intentional about watering those areas of your life and believe in that and trying to pull it out, you can actually see, fruit in your life and characteristics and personality traits and strengths that you didn't even realize that you had in you. But I'm telling you that if you see them in someone else, you do have them. So being intentional about believing that and being like, I didn't know I had that strength, but I do want to find out if I do want to pull it out. Then when you're intentional about the way that you water or the way that you nurture those areas of your life or pay attention to them, then you'll see them. You will. Away from deep intentions where we want to see ourselves at our best and we want to see ourselves free from some of our limiting beliefs and some of the ways that kind of hold us back and some of the choices that we've made that haven't been the best. So away from being intentional about, rectifying and working on some of those things with joy and with not in a heavy kind of stressful way. This is something we can do. This is something we should feel empowered by. But away from that, quite deep stuff, intention setting on a kind of a surface level, so to speak, is really edifying too. Even when you write a list out of things that you want to do, or a bucket list, or a vision board. These ways of being intentional, these physical ways of seeing, the things that you intend to have in your life or you intend to do, that alone feels good. Have you ever written down a to-do list and just felt so much lighter just for writing it down? It's because it's inside of you and it needs to come out. And setting those intentions and seeing them clearly, it really, really brings you up. It makes you feel motivated and inspired. But a lot of the time we can just leave. The amount of times I've written out my intentions for a day or a season. I wanted to be more healthy, or I wanted to, I just wrote my intentions down. I felt so good after doing it that I didn't look at it again. And I was kind of, self-sabotaging, so to speak, in the fact that I left it there. I felt good enough by writing the intentions out because it's that good. So breaking our intentions down into manageable, scalable goals, things that we can, create tasks for each day to work towards. There are dreams in us and plans and visions that we've seen for ourselves that we've probably, some of us, kind of just pushed to the side or somehow believe that they can't happen. And with a bit of intention, a bit of planning, and a little bit of time, you can begin to actually see those things happen, and the confidence that you get and the motivation that you feel inside and the love for yourself when you see yourself ticking things off and doing the things that are going to help you be who you are meant to be. It's priceless. It really is. Setting intentions in the morning is a great way to start your day. Writing out, or you can do it in the evening before the day ahead, and writing down what you want your day to look like. What things are your priorities that you want to get done? How do you want to feel for that day, for that week, for that month, for this 40 days together where we are loving on our brain and giving our soul a hug? What do you want to get from it? Being intentional about every area of your life, it not only gives you clarity, which leads to peace, but it sees you get stuff done and it sees change in your life. And it feels like it's a massive thing when we think, I've got to do that, I've got to change that. But it just begins with the intention, the decision, with the energy attached to it. Whenever you start a new job, you have to know what your intentions are there. Is it somewhere you are happy to stay for the next 10 years? Do you have a plan on what position you want to work towards? Do you have a project that you want to introduce to the company? And, even when you start a new job, having those intentions there and having them, firmly grounded within you, you can then start to form goals, timelines that you want to, a goal is intention or a dream that has a timeline attached to it. And then you'll be able to easily figure out what your daily tasks need to look like to get that thing happening. Anything is possible, seriously. So being intentional is where it all begins. And I'm gonna keep repeating myself because it's just what I do. I'll give you an example of what forgetting your intentions can be like, if you're not actually holding them and acting on them. I went to sixth form to boost my grades so I can get into a certain college and get into the uni that I wanted to get into, and so I did a business studies course. I didn't know I was going to start a business then. I thought this would be something great to know, and also get me loads of were they UCAS? I don't know what the points were called then, but I wanted to move to the next level. And so I did a business studies course. I worked my butt off because I knew that I wanted to go uni and I didn't want to be many years behind. And then when the exams came around, I got 100% in a couple of the exams, and a teacher came over to me and was like, wow, you know, you've done great. We haven't had someone get 100% in these exams in a long time. We can't wait for you to do year 2. You're gonna smash year 2. What did I do? Got all gassed, signed up for year 2. My intention was only to be there a year, do the best I can to get the points I needed to get into the college I wanted to get into. But I ended up being delayed by a whole year because I started year 2 of the business course, gassed by the what the teacher said, forgot my intentions. And then I really was behind, you know? So being intentional and remembering and holding on to your intentions is so, so important. Stating clearly what you want to happen, how you want your day to go, how you want a season to go, what you want to get out of life or a situation. Your intentions help you to focus, and you're not just walking around letting life happen to you and, you know, just going with the flow a bit too much to where you're, you know, just going with the flow too much. So, with that being said, I want to give you a task. This isn't compulsory, but it'll be great for you to think about people who inspire you and write down the qualities of that person. Each one, why do they inspire you? What is it about them? And then be empowered to know that you actually have those qualities within you. And if you haven't witnessed them, then it just takes a bit of intention, a bit of work to pull them out. And now your actual task for today, for your intention setting, is what do you want to get from this? What do you want to get from this 40 days? What did you hope to happen in your life when you heard that there was a challenge called 40 days of loving on your brain and giving your soul a huge hug in the process? What did you expect? What did you hope for? What did you secretly think you'd like to happen, but maybe not for you because those things don't happen for you and you've been in a situation for your whole life? And, you know, just be honest. Aim high. What are your intentions? What do you want your life to look like in 40 days? You can have massive things in mind right now, you know. You can. What do you want to work on? What do you want to be free from? What do you want clarity on? What do you want? What are your intentions? What are you going to commit to? And what are you going to put energy on to see happen? Energy into. Why do I have a thing about repeating the same word twice? It's English, I'm allowed. And then if you want to go a step further, these are journal prompts, by the way, then how can the intentions that you're setting for the next 40 days work towards the vision that you have for yourself as a person? The things that you want to see happen in your life this year, or that you want to see happen in your life in general. How will the intentions that you're setting for this 40 days work towards that? Set some intentions, my darlings. And if you need help with this, then reach out. Let me know. If anyone is finding this really easy or really interesting and wants to share how they're getting on, please do, because we need it. It was great, it's community. We want to encourage each other. That's what I've got to say about intention setting. That's the task I've got for you to do so that you get the most out of this 40 days. Share, reach out, do whatever you feel to do. Now we're going to, you've got your journal prompts, and now we're going to speak some life over ourselves and solidify this and repeat it over and over again. I've got 2 affirmations that I want us to repeat out loud that will help us with our intention setting. So wherever you are, and if you're not somewhere where you're going to talk out loud, agree or write it down. I am ready to be the real me. I am ready to be the real me, the me who I was always intended to be. I am ready to be and see the real me. Also, I have clarity about who I want to be and what I want to do. I have clarity about, I'm not doing this very organized, am I? It will get better, guys, it will get better. I have clarity about who I want to be and what I want to do. Repeat it out loud. Repeat it while you're doing the tasks. I have clarity. I am clear about what I want to do and who I want to be. And I'm looking forward to seeing the real empowered, amazing me. I hope that's helpful. I hope you are feeling it. I hope you're declaring those affirmations out loud too, because you should. And you should write all these affirmations down so that you've got them and you can practice, speaking life over yourself. And now I am going to close us out with prayer. So again, prayer crew, prayer warriors, close your eyes and either repeat after me or just agree with your heart. Anyone new to prayer? Welcome, enjoy. And anyone who's just like, this is definitely not for me, I don't know what these are up to, then see you later. I'd stay if I was you, but I'm not. So I will speak to you guys tomorrow. But let us pray. Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for this community. Thank you for everybody here who is getting stirred up and getting intentional about the things they want to do in their lives and the changes they want to make. Lord, I pray that you would help us to let go of the past, that you would help us to not cling to guilt when we think about the choices that have the choices that we've made that have contributed to some of the not so ideal situations we've found ourselves in. Lord, I pray that you would help us, all of us, everybody listening right now, to let go of that and to know and to really believe that as we prepare and be intentional, we can see changes happen in our lives that we may not have even dreamed of. Remind us of that, please, Lord, when we're feeling just a little bit hopeless or we feel like, nothing works the way that we want it to. Please inspire us to do the things that work. And Lord, I just pray that you would empower us as well. Inspire us, empower us, remind us, and let the right people hear the right things at the right time as we set our intentions and we commit to self-discipline and self-control as we follow through with all of them. Thank you so much in advance for all the goodness coming out of the next 40 days. We thank you for your presence and your love. Amen. Amen. See you later, guys. I will see you tomorrow. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'm just gonna leave it there. So let me know how you're getting on, and I will see you for day 3 tomorrow. Goodbye.